People want to know where Draco is 19 years after we last saw him.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that anticipation where we see him at the beginning of the show.
Well, I think when I first read the play, what really surprised me is to discover not only where he was when the play starts, and I think that's already a surprise, and then what his journey is during the play, what happens to the relationship with Harry, the relationship with his son, and I think both those things are very surprising for Draco.
Let's talk a little about Jenny. She's strong. She's confident. Where she is with Harry and where she's also, with Albus, because he's starting a new journey.
Yeah, indeed. What I love about Ginny is that she takes a beat. She has patience, and she doesn't act impulsively all the time. There are moments when I snap, but for the most part, I take the high road, and that's a really fun journey to go on. Yeah.
That is amazing. I got to see the show in London. I got to see the two-parter. I spent the whole day, loved every single moment of it. But it's now a condensed version. Tell us a little bit about what this U.S. tour is going to be.
So John Tiffany, the director, came back, worked with us. He's there every day. He's going to be there for the whole process. And the work was to make sure that this one part version, under 3 hours, had still all the relationships, the magic, and that still works and works as a unit, and it does.
The magic. I mean, even if you don't know anything about Harry Potter, even if you're not coming here for that story, just watching it visually is it's incredible. Some of the things that you've got to learn, I got to see. Tell us a little bit about the rehearsal process.
Oh, the process is like sevenfold. I have done a lot of musicals, and actually the process was similar to that. Is that you have, instead of dance, you're going to go see illusions. You're rehearsing for illusions. You're rehearsing movement. You're rehearsing text. And then all coming together. It's almost more complicated than doing a dance step. Is that it's such a technical show, but you have to bury the technique, not sacrifice the story for the technique. And I have never done anything like it. And every actor that does it says the same thing. They say, this is difficult in a way that I had never imagined. I have to put my toe over here and look like I'm putting my finger over here, and also be congratulated, like at the same time. It's like a lot of multitasking, but it's a hearty challenge that I think this entire cast is really up for.
Let's talk a little bit about Albus and Scorpius being friends, frenemies, whatever, what sometimes people think it might be more than that, but, a little bit about, their journey and having, the two kids kind of come together.
I think their relationship is really the heart of the play, I think, in a lot of ways. So I don't want to say too much. I think you have to come see the play, but definitely that I think what matters to me, like sort of playing Draco, is I think what type of, I am a dad actually in real life, and so it speaks a lot that what do you give to your child, either consciously or unconsciously. I think that's a big question for this play. What do you inherit from your parents, and why is it that you inherit that specific thing? And I think that's very in the what's the word I'm looking for, just in the culture right now to also talk about this, is like what do you inherit as a child, what do you give as a parent, and what's how much of it is positive and not positive, and how much you need to work on that so that you don't pass on what you don't want to pass on to your kids.
That's a whole other 7-hour conversation that we could have.
So let's sit down. You have some drinks.
We'll sit down. Yeah. I won't cut into rehearsal at all. And then final thing, when you both got cast in the show, obviously a lot of people have personal connections of reading the book, reading it with their siblings, their friends, going to see the movies. What was that reaction like to say that you were going to be a part of a show, especially coming here for 21 weeks?
Oh, I'm so thrilled to travel. One of my favorite things, and Chicago is one of my favorite cities on earth. I've spent quite a bit of time here. And ultimately getting to be with a group in a new city is exciting, with this extraordinary group of people. I couldn't dream of a better group of people with which to share a boat tour with, or walk, do a walking tour. It's really feels like candy to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's, everyone was so excited. Everybody knows Harry Potter, so whether it was my parents, who I don't think I've ever read the books. I don't think I've ever seen the films either, but they'll be coming. And, I have a kid as well. And so he already knows, my wife is a huge Harry Potter fan. So it was definitely a big deal, and everyone's coming.
Yeah, that is amazing. Thank you both so much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.